7 years ago, Kawhi Leonard played one season in Toronto, won them the only championship in franchise history, and then left. Now, he's going back. The Raptors just traded a package headlined by their leading scorer to bring the hero home. So is this a brilliant win-now swing or nostalgia clouding the math? Today, the Kawhi to Toronto deal, the fit, the motive for both sides, and what it means for the Raptors. Let's break it down. Here's the plan. First, the actual trade, who goes where, then the fit, how Kawhi slots into this Raptors roster, then the motive for each side, why Toronto and why the Clippers both said yes, and finally, what this team can actually do. Stats are verified, the read is mine, and the whole thing comes down to one familiar question with Kawhi that I'll save for the end. This is Game is Culture. Quick thing before we dig in, if you like trades broken down with real data, subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton. And stick around, because whether this works hinges on one number you already know is coming. Now the deal. First, the trade itself. Here's the deal. Toronto gets Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers get Brandon Ingram, the young wing Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, and 2 seconds. And crucially, Kawhi is immediately signing a 2-year, $123 million extension to stay. So this isn't a rental, it's a commitment. Toronto is betting big that the man who delivered their only title can do it again. The full circle is irresistible. The question is whether the basketball backs it up. So, the fit. Start with what Kawhi still is. This past season, he averaged 27.9 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists on a 62.9 true shooting, a career high in scoring at 35 years old. He's a 2-time champion, a 2-time finals MVP, and a 2-time defensive player of the year. This is still a genuine number 1 and a closer. Now, where does he fit? And here's why he fits better than the man he replaces. Brandon Ingram was Toronto's leading scorer, but Kawhi is the more complete, more efficient version. He shot 38.7% from 3 and 50.5% overall. A knockdown 3-level scorer for a team that ranked just 21st in the league from deep. He punishes every coverage, and late in games, he's the shot maker this young roster simply did not have. That's the offensive upgrade. But the real magic is on defense. The Raptors already had the 5th best defense in the entire NBA. Now they're adding a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year wing to pair with Scotty Barnes, their do-everything young star. Kawhi takes the other team's best scorer, Barnes covers everything else, and a top 5 defense could become a genuinely elite one. A switchy, smothering wall with a closer on the other end. On paper, that's a contender's spine. Put the swaps side by side. Brandon Ingram gave them roughly 21 points and better health, and he's 7 years younger. Kawhi gives them slightly more scoring, far better efficiency, elite defense, championship pedigree, and a closer. You're trading youth and availability for 2-way dominance and a ceiling. For a team trying to win now, that's the trade you make. The cost is the age and the games. There is one fit wrinkle worth naming. Scotty Barnes and the center Jakob Poeltl are not shooters, so spacing isn't perfect. But between Kawhi, RJ Barrett, and lead guard Emmanuel Quickley, there's enough shooting and creation to make it work. And Kawhi's gravity helps everyone. The fit is clean, which brings us to the more interesting question. Why did each side actually do this? Why Toronto did it? Toronto's motive is a win-now leap. They already won 46 games and made the playoffs, built on a top 5 defense and a 24-year-old cornerstone in Scotty Barnes. They were a good young team with no closer and no superstar. Kawhi is both. And look at the East. It is wide open behind Detroit. Adding a healthy, committed superstar to a defense-first young core could vault them into the conference's top tier. Plus, the man already won them a title here. The basketball and the story finally agree. Why the Clippers did it?
The Clippers' motive is the opposite, a reset. Kawhi is 35, he was on an expiring deal, and he's missed a lot of games. And LA went just 42-40, a play-in team going nowhere, with James Harden now 36. So instead of watching Kawhi walk for nothing, they cashed him in. They get Brandon Ingram, a younger lead scorer at 28, a promising young wing in Grady Dick, and a pile of draft picks to retool. For a stuck team, that's smart business. Future value for a present that wasn't working. So, the projection. Here's where it lands. Toronto won 46 games last year. Swap a good scorer for a healthy two-way superstar, and a top 5 defense gets scarier. And my read is a team in the low 50s and wins, a top 4 seed in the East. They won't catch a 60-win Detroit, but they'd be a team absolutely nobody wants to face in a 7-game series, with the defense and the closer to win one. That's a real second round to conference finals threat. But here's the one number this all hinges on, the one I promised: availability. Kawhi played 65 games last season, which is good for him, but he's 35 with a long injury history, and RJ Barrett only played 57 himself. The dream version of this team, with Kawhi healthy in May, is an elite two-way contender. The nightmare version is the Raptors having traded their leading scorer for a star who's watching the playoffs in a suit. Same trade, two completely different outcomes. So, the verdict. Grade it, and it's a strong, smart swing. The fit is excellent. A two-way superstar and a closer dropped onto a top 5 defense with a rising young core, and he's committed long-term. What keeps it from a clean perfect is the obvious, the age and the health. So on my dial, it lands as a strong fit, leaning toward perfect when he plays. For a franchise chasing its second ever title, this is exactly the bet to make. So here's the whole thing. Toronto turned a good young team into a real contender and brought their hero home to do it. The Clippers got younger and stacked picks for a star they were going to lose anyway. Both sides win their own way. Where could I be wrong? If Kawhi stays healthy, this could be the best move of the entire offseason, and Toronto's back in the conference finals conversation. If his body gives out, they mortgaged a piece of their present for a ghost. With Kawhi, it always comes back to that. So that's the deal. Kawhi goes home to Toronto. The Raptors swing for a contender. The Clippers reset for the future. And the whole thing rides on whether the King of the North can stay on the floor. So tell me, do the Raptors win this gamble and make a real run? Or is betting on a 35-year-old's health a step too far? Drop it below. And we are so close to 1,000 subs, so subscribe to stay up to date.